All right, we're back. Oops, reality poking in. So we're taking a little break from Isaac for now, for the moment, to do a request. I'm not 100% positive how I'm going to do this with my setup, but I'm going to try. Excuse me, you may get motion sick. There we go. Can we see it? Okay. Oh, I have to. I have to turn off the. I have to do a lot of things right now. We have to turn off the chroma key because that's gonna go badly for us. I want to see if I can flip image vertically. Okay, we have to do both then. Okay, sweet. Let's. Can we zoom? I don't know if we can zoom. Oh Jesus! Please stop that. Is there a way to zoom? I don't see one. And my headset just reset. I could bring it down lower, but I don't think that's gonna help. I don't. I mean, I don't have a way to like keep it there. Well, I got it to stop. Wait, I need to get move my keyboard back further. This is well, that's as far back as it's going. So anyway, it's just, this is please stop. Please stop zooming in and out. All right, we have to. I don't know what else it's focusing on. Also, let's get rid of that. I'm trying my hardest here. I promise. Maybe keyboard's got to go over this way. Maybe that's what's. No, I can't unplug my mouse. That would be very dumb. Get keyboard. We're making a mess. All right, that's better-ish. No, it's still zoom. It's still focusing over and over and over again. I'll figure this out. All right, turned off autofocus for the time being. So that means things will get blurry. Okay, but anyway, we have the Super Mario Brothers, a big color slash activity book. A friend of mine found this while cleaning out um, her house, her mom's house. I don't remember. But anyway, she brought it. A couple of people, friends of mine saw it, or friends of mine saw that her give it to me, and were like, "You need to color some things in here." It looks like there's actually a story. Look at this. We start off with Mario right in the front, Mushroom Kingdom, and his daughter, the Princess Toadstool, lived happily in the Mushroom Kingdom, or the Mushroom King. There's a magical place. Everyone lived in peace. A tribe of evil turtles led by Bowser, their king, invaded the land. The mushroom people fought bravely, but the vicious turtles defeated them. Bowser used black magic to turn the mushroom people into bricks, stones, and horsehair plants. Horsehair plants? Okay. So wait a minute. When you're shattering the bricks in Mario, you're like just killing toadstools? Bowser put Princess Toadstool in the dungeon faraway castle. She was the only one with the power to free her people. No. A couple of these things were colored in already by the original owner. Brave and determined man named Mario decided to save the princess and set the kingdom free. And here's where the adventure begins. Yeah, everybody remembers in Mario when you skateboarded. Hang gliding actually did happen in one of the Marios, if I recall. And skateboarding probably happened somewhere too, or something equivalent. And then, oh, yes, he's singing a song. He's at the races, winning a trophy, and playing soccer. So anyway, we have a bunch of crayons here. And let's get the crayons over here, and let's color in. Mario. Um, and I figure while I'm doing this, since probably just watching, this is a lot of colors of crayons. Um, Considering just doing this, probably wouldn't, or watching me in silence color coloring book wouldn't be the most interesting thing. I figure I'll tell the story of how I got started in gaming, video games in particular. Oh, so very long ago. Let's start with that trophy. Let's make it a nice, what is this? Golden rod. I think it's a nice golden rod trophy. Um, so, I actually started gaming um, when I was 3 years old, back in 1985. I was born in 1982 and I'm 33. Stop doing math. Um, and my cousin, who was 9 years older than me, got a Nintendo for his birthday. My cousin was 12. Stop doing math. Um, and apparently his next door neighbors had just recently also gotten a Nintendo. I believe, yeah, it was 1985. Might have been 1986. Um, there we go. And let's color in the shine a little lighter. Just a straight yellow on the shine here. So they had, of course, they hooked it up and started playing it right away. The only game that I remember him having for it was Super Mario Brothers. You might have had something else as well. I don't remember, but Super Mario Brothers was what they played. Let's make Mario has blue eyes. These are sky blue. He's so dreamy. So I sat there and watched my cousin and his friends, all 9 years older than me, play this Nintendo, which which all the adults at the party were mesmerized by, because most of them hadn't even seen a video game console, was an Atari 2600, so. Or maybe even a 5200. Oh, that's not the Radical Red. That's a little too radical. Nah, screw it. We're in it now. We're doing it. No looking back. As Bob Ross says, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. So I watched them play for hours and hours, and I was hypnotized. I just sat there quietly and patiently. I was a quiet kid. I never caused a ruckus. And when they were done, because they eventually grew bored of it, they couldn't get past certain stages, they kept dying, things like that. And this is before people knew things like the infinite one-up tricks and warp pipes and shit like that. People just didn't know. There was no internet really for public use, so nobody could look up like tricks and secrets and things. Let's see if we can find a slightly darker red for under the brim. Just do straight red for under the brim. So when they were about to put it away, my aunt said to my cousin, "Why don't you let Dan try?" And they were like, "Oh, he's gonna break it. He's too young." I was like, "Well, I'll watch him. He won't break it. He's been waiting patiently this whole time. Give him a turn." And he was like, reluctantly, he's like, "Okay," because they were about to like go swim in the pool or something. And brown for his hair, chestnut, nice chestnut for the hair. And as soon as that controller was put in my hand, like I at the very beginning, I did what every little kid first given a Mario game would do, ran into that first Goomba, died, but I quickly started picking it up, started getting started figuring out the jump in and the squashing things and the getting the coins and the I watched them. They did find that secret one up at the very beginning of the first Mario level. Um, that's hidden right after that pipe before the gap. You know what I'm talking about if you ever played original Mario. And I got that, and they're like, "Oh, he remembered us do that. That's what a quick little kid." And uh, as I was playing, I started getting farther and farther, and I mean, there was nobody else competing for it at that point. So I just had free reign, and I wasn't. He couldn't wrestle it away from me, so I just kept playing and started getting farther and farther and farther until finally I was after uh, who knows how much time had made it farther than any of them had. I was actually making it to the last world. I think I made it to 8-3. I may have made it to 8-4. I don't recall exactly. Like I said, I was very young, but I remember this very vividly. I remember sitting on my knees. I used to sit on my knees like this and play video games, which I don't know how my legs would just fall asleep, and I just didn't care. It was just I wanted to play the game, so I don't. I know I didn't beat it because we had to go home at that point. But I'm going to do the other half of his jumpsuit red. I think he's got like a dichromatic jumpsuit going on. Let's pick a. This is the radical red, right? Yeah. Let's. Shocking pink? No. Pink flamingo? No. I want something a little more straight up red. But the cotton candy, these are all pink colors. It's just red. What about you? What are you? Brick red. Perfect. And so that was it. I think I had to eventually went home. My parents took me home, and my mom was like, "Well, I guess we got to get him one of these things." Um, and I got one for Christmas that year. Um, and that was it, man. That was the end. Um, I just have been playing video games ever since. I had all the Nintendo Entertainment System classics, the Trinity, if you will, of Legend of Zelda. Um, well, I guess there's four in there if I'm really thinking about it. Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Castlevania, and of course Super Mario Brothers. Um, so my game collection was never that like large compared to like what the Nintendo library actually is. Oh shit, we need that back. um, but I had for a kid who couldn't actually buy games on his own, a fair number of games, a handful, a dozen or so, a couple, maybe 2 dozen. Um, 'Cause I have real cool parents, and I would generally those are the only things I ever asked for were video games, um, and that's pretty much how it started. Just the original Nintendo, and then and Super Mario. Um, let's get something for his shoes. Just straight brown for the shoes. Um, So it then went on. I remember I got a Game Boy for my birthday, the year that Game Boy was released. I want to say that was like '89, and the only thing like I that was out for it was like Tetris, Super Mario Land. I had tennis. I remember that. I used to play the crap out of the tennis game, even though I never understood really how to play it. I'd always just try to lob it over the guy's head because it was it was it worked once, and I'm like, oh, this thing worked once, and it must work again and again. It's the only way to win. Um, And I used to play the crap out of Tetris. Used to link up Game Boys with my friends and play Tetris. To this day, I'm still pretty first player. Um, not not grandmaster level. If you haven't seen those grandmaster Tetris Grandmaster Edition or Tetris Grandmaster Edition 2 or Tetris Grandmaster 3 Terror Instinct, which is really the subtitle of that game. I suggest Screaming Green, perfect for the laurels. Um, a wreath, I guess. Victory wreath laurels go in the head, huh? Um, Actually, before we do that, let's get a little Harlequin thing going on. We color the opposite. Um, yeah, if you haven't seen those, I highly suggest you check out the Games Done Quick runs. Summer and Awesome Games Done Quick of this year both had them. They're crazy impressive. That is just you think you play Tetris, you do not. This is a different level of Tetris that's being played. Um, this is like a lighter blue, or is it just regular blue? It went on really light. Oh, it was cornflower. Okay, cornflower blue is what I was using. The color we want that icon in Fight Club. If you remember that film, great film. Anyway, so yeah, I remember I had to have the video games in the basement. I was not allowed to have them in my room because my parents were afraid that I would never sleep. And as I got older, and I got to make my own decisions, they were correct. I to this day will still stay up a little too late, playing the video games when I should be sleeping. Um, when it came to the first console wars, I was on the Super Nintendo side. I had friends with a Sega, um, touted as being better, especially in the Mortal Kombat era. They were like, "Oh, we got the blood, we win. We won Mortal Kombat, so we won the console wars." I was like, "Yeah, but the Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat looks better, even though there's no blood." And I can use the Game Genie to recolor the sweat red. um, but also when after that initial playing of Nintendo at my cousin's birthday party, my mom actually had an Atari 2600. It was in our basement, and she dusted it off, pulled it out. It was something that her dad actually had it. I don't know why they had it. I just remember that it was my mom's, and I don't know the story of how she got it. But I know she got it like new back then, and she showed me the games that she used to like, which wasn't very many. I mean, she's not she's in no way, shape, or form like a game player. But it's not like I spent hours playing video games with my parents. It was very much my thing that they were. I was like, yeah, it's his thing, and we're not. He keeps him off the streets. Um, but she used to love Space Invaders, and so I played a lot of Space Invaders on the 2600. Um, I can't. What was the game where the bombs are falling? You have the buckets. You use the paddle to swing them back and forth. I can't remember the name of it. Bomb something, I'm sure. But yeah, that Pitfall for the 26. I never understood that game either. um, but yeah, and then that is, and that just, I mean, I never let it go. It never left me. I've always loved playing video games. They're always something that I can go to. I remind myself of, there was a movie with Jimmy Fallon, and oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on her name. She's a little girl in ET. She was in the awful Charlie's Angels movies. She's been in hundreds of movies. There was a documentary where a guy tried to get a date with her. Drew Barrymore. That's her name, Drew Barrymore. Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore, where Drew Barrymore or Jimmy Fallon was a Red Sox fan. I can't remember. It was a stupid rom com. Girlfriend at the time made me watch it. It was an okay movie. Jimmy Fallon's funny. If you find Jimmy Fallon funny, you'll enjoy the film. If you don't find Jimmy Fallon funny, you will probably dislike the film. Uh, but in the film, Jimmy Fallon's relationship, if you will, with the Red Sox. Did I say Mets? I feel like I said Mets. I meant to say Red Sox. He was a Red Sox fan, which, if you know anything about them, they die pretty hard. Because you have to. They suffered a lot of pain. Um, but looking for a nice grayish for the shadow underneath. Is this silver? Yeah, it's silver, not gray. Maybe this is grayish. Timber Wolf. All right, we got it. That's good. Yeah, I like that. Timber Wolf. And then what I do is when I come in with the grass color, I'll just go over this as well. Yeah, in that movie, he his relationship with the Red Sox started when he was very young. Like, his uncle had season tickets, and when his uncle died, he passed the season tickets onto Jimmy Fallon, and when Drew Barrymore challenges him on how can you be this obsessed with a baseball team? It's dumb. And he's like, I've loved the Red Sox since I was 8. Have you loved anything for 32 years? And that's how I feel about video games. I've for as long as I can remember, there has been video games, and I've been loving playing them, in all their forms. I want a nice deep green for the ground. What we got here? Granny Smith apple. That's a little. It looks dark on that, but it looks Granny Smiths are like. Look at this color here. See, here's a whole box of greens. Forest green, perfect. Love forest green. Yeah, for as long as I can remember, I've been playing video games. Video games have been a part of my life, and it's translated over to other forms of games I've enjoyed. Not gambling, thankfully. Don't really. I enjoy playing poker with some friends, low stakes, tournament style. That's fun. A little strategy there, but I've never been one to just go to AC and dunk a couple $100 on some blackjack. Although I have friends that have. And that's wrong. Nothing wrong with it. They can afford it. More power to them. But yeah, later, card games like Magic, which the same cousin actually introduced me to in 1996. He introduced me into Magic. I think it was actually 1995. He introduced me to Magic the Gathering. He brought it to like a family gathering, like a birthday party or whatever. I think it was my brother's birthday party, and he's like, I got this card game. I found a couple of guys I know, like college guys, showed it to me, and because he was going to college at the time, he's like, I need somebody to play with it, and he knew that I would be the perfect person to play with. So he made a couple decks and taught me how to play the game. It was actually kind of mean, the decks that he made, because he made like a black red deck and like a green white deck. and he let me pick which ones I wanted. And I was like black and red, and like I didn't know anything about. I knew literally nothing about the game, but the black or the white and green deck had Circle of Protection red and Circle of Protection black in it. Like I think he intended on me to pick that deck, or I don't know if he was like in. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. But it was he got them both out and like there was no enchantment destruction. It was just I don't know. I just remember that being like I'm clearly I remember it because I'm still salty about it. But I was like, they have no chance. There was like one artifact creature in there. He's like, oh, see, the artifact is neither. I can't stop that damage. And I'm like, it's one thing, man. I can't. Anyway, try to go over the shadow a little bit more. That didn't work out too well. It works out fine. Whatever. And from a distance, it looks okay. Yeah, it's a little darker. Let's get the bottom of the shoes. I want a black for that. I don't see black in here. But yeah, actually, then I started playing a crap load of Magic, dumping a lot of money into cards, like all my spare money into cards. I used to do like online by email card auctions, which it's amazing that I never like got ripped off on this. I used to pay with money orders that I would get at the post office and then mail immediately from the post office. And there's just no black. Take maybe a darker brown here. Sepia. Let's do that. Let's do sepia for the soles of the shoes. Perfect. I used to do individual there were auctions by email auctions for individual cards. You just email in, reply with the cards you want and the maximum bid you were willing to go up to, and that was it. So yeah, and then eventually, it turned to board games. We always play the family board games, Monopoly and things like that, but I never really enjoyed those too much. Because there wasn't those styles of board games don't have a lot of strategy to them, and I really enjoyed the strategy aspects of the games, and man, I really need a black. I don't. Not having a black is messing me up. I'm looking for a color here to go on the skin, and nothing is really. Oh wait, pig pink. Sure. Oh wow, that's just invisible. That's not actually doing anything at all. That is, yeah. That color is a lie. That color is like the cake. I was hoping to find like a nice flesh color, but apparently we are not. Not down here. Apricot. No, that's not appropriate. Peach. We always go with the fake. I want to see what the peach looks like first. That peach is acceptable. Although I can't really get it down where there's already pig pink. He's Italian. He gets a little bit of darker colored skin. Yeah, peach is working out just fine. So, and then I'm actually met most of the people I'm friends with now because of Magic. I don't play so much anymore. I usually go to the old occasional pre-release event. I enjoy those a lot, but I don't I don't really fancy sinking any more dollars into it outside of those events. But most of the friends I have now I met because I was playing Magic in high school a lot, and they also played Magic, and we it was like, hey, you're always looking for opponents when you're playing Magic, and so actually one of the those people that I met, I still live with to this day, or I live with. Oh, to this day, I didn't like move in with him in high school. We're like, oh, you play Magic? Great, I'll move into the Magic player's house. Um, yeah, that's looking good. Needs something for his mouth though. Like, I can't believe. Wait, did I find the black? I think I found the black. This is eggplant. That is so not black. Why is the sky? This now the cloud is different colored. Are you happy with the cloud being different colored? um. Oh wait, you know what? Let's change. We're now playing to. Oh, my keyboard is just out of the way. Uh, there we go. Let's see. Add some hashtags to your title. I'm not gonna do that. There we go. We updated to creative. All right, good. Nearly done here. If I could just find the black, I want to color in the. You know what? Let's just find like a really dark gray. Manatee. All right, his mouth is gonna be manatee. I think that works. There we go. I would say that's pretty good right there. I like the dichromatic outfit we got going on with his suit. Good. The trophy is a nice color too. Got the classic white gloves. He's got those pearly white teeth, and I think we're good. I think we're good on this. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna add a little more darkness to the shadow at the bottom. I'm not happy with the shadow, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna add to it. Um, all right, straight gray. So so yeah, I game mostly consoles. When I was younger, didn't get a computer until I was a teenager, and it was a family computer. Hardly played any computer games on it, although I did hit some real classics like Warcraft, the original Warcraft, and then of course Warcraft 2 afterwards, thanks to a friend of mine. Full Throttle, a great Lucas game, because I saw it in a store, like I saw a preview of it in a store. I'm like, what is this? I love point and click adventure games. And then I was basically a console gamer right up to and including the PlayStation 2. Went real hard on PlayStation 2, as a lot of people did. But it was a really great system. Um, then I didn't really jump into the next generation. But when I did, I went with an Xbox 360, mainly because that was what my friends had at the time. My friends that played games still, at least. And so if I wanted to play games with them, that's what I had to do. And then I bought a console since then. I moved over to PC, maybe because I could afford a really good PC. The price between a game console, and a gaming PC is shrunk significantly. And plus, I wanted to do streaming, which I figured would be easier. Which I'm just having an easier time with on at least before a lot of these sharing things happen on PlayStation and Xbox One. Um, I figured it'd be a lot easier to stream, and then Steam library. I found Steam and just bought like, I don't know, 400 something games. Did Mario pee? Why is he standing in a puddle? I believe that's a shadow fear. We covered that. Would I consider playing Dreamfall Chapters on Steam? I don't know what Dreamfall Chapters is. Um, whoops. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Dream. Dreamfall chapters. Okay. I have no idea what this is, but all right. I think this is this is something certainly different. Let's take a closer look at our final product here. You can see there's Mario's wonderful cap, and then great shot of his pants and shoes. There's the whole picture. I mean, I guess you know what? We could color in the border. We can color in the border just to finish it off. We have about 10 minutes before I want to go to break again, so let's just grab a random color out of the box. Not that one. Oh no, is there a nub one? Oh yeah, there's a nubby color in the bottom of the box. Hate it when that happens. This guy, I like this. I like the cut of this one's jib. Aquamarine, sure. Let's color the border here. Huh. So it's like a story-driven RPG style adventure thing. Yeah, man, I totally play that. Um, I've kind of played games like that before. Not on stream really. Um, with Isaac coming out, man, everything will come out, or the expansion to Isaac, DLC, whatever you want to call it these days. There was a time when it used to be called expansions. I'm not sure if that's still applicable, but it simply is certainly downloadable content. But I download the whole freaking game, so it doesn't make any sense anymore. Um, Downloadable content used to make sense um, when it first happened, and you would buy the game on a disc, and then you would later download the extra things that weren't on that disc. But doesn't really make a lot of sense anymore. Um, Before that was expansion, when you had to buy that extra stuff on a disc as well, or cartridge. No, it was mainly discs at that point, especially for PC games. But yeah, there's a couple games I've been meaning to play on stream, and I think I'm going to get back to Thursdays being a playthrough day. Um, it's because we have such a long road to walk with Isaac. I don't want it to dominate the stream anymore. And not that there's anything wrong with Isaac at all. Uh, it is gonna forever be a part of the stream. Let's take a nice bright color for the horizontals. Sun glow. We didn't use any orange in this picture. That hardly shows up at all. Um, but we're gonna use it the whole way around. I've decided. Um, but yeah, there's a couple of games I want to play on stream. I kind of want to go through. Well, yeah. Let's use this part of this finishing up here to talk about what my plans for the stream in the future, and what I want to play. I definitely want to have a night where I play Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Um, I just want to play the whole thing, start to finish, no interruptions, no stops, no breaks, no nothing. It takes as long as it takes. I beat it the first time in like 3-ish hours, and I won't focus too much on any of the small side stuff. Um, Focus on the main story. There's not that much side stuff in that game, but I think it's a really powerful game, and I'd really love to have just a whole stream of it, especially the one that I could put up to YouTube. I mean, it's a very powerful game. Um, I want to go through the Bioshock series, all of them. Start with the first one, play the second. I never finished the second one. I also never finished Infinity. I bought that game for Xbox, and then I ended up picking it up on Steam later, and I don't know why. I just never finished it. Um, and it sunk like a good like 6 or 7 hours into it, and I'm not above sinking tons of hours into a game. That's for sure. So and it was a good game. I had a good time with it. I don't know what happened, but anyway, yeah, the Bioshock series. Some point in the future, we will get to um, Batman Arkham Knight. Is that what it is? Batman Arkham Knight. Yeah. You can purchase it on Steam again. So I guess they either gave up or finally fixed the PC version. But at this point, I'm just gonna wait for like a Game of the Year edition or something, something that includes all the crazy DLCs and things like that. And also, I think I promised to play some DLC for Batman Arkham City. I don't remember. Um, I might do that as like a prelude. Um, so yeah, so I mean, just those games alone will take us weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, probably months, maybe all of next year to get through all of those games. Um, Going forward, it has been a little over a year since I've been streaming. Didn't have really any fanfare for that, basically because I don't remember what the first date that I streamed was. um, Being Italian, who do you think Mara roots for? Real Madrid or FC Barcelona? Uh, I'm gonna go with Real Madrid. That's I don't know. That feels like a trick question. Um, it's a sequel to a game that was similar to Monkey Island. Oh man, the Monkey Island games are fantastic. If I could, maybe we could play Monkey Island 3 on stream. That would be fun. Point and click. Although I don't think a point and click adventure would be. Maybe it would be okay. I've seen a couple other people do point and click style adventures. But they usually do it with like a group where they have people chatting about it um, as they're playing it. Um, yeah, and now with the release of Just Cause 3, which I've heard middling things about. I'm still waiting for a couple more reviews to come in. I haven't been one to jump on those AAA titles on release, um, at least not for a long time. Um, I haven't been that type of person, but where did this come from? There it is. Then I want a nice purplish color. Well, give me that eggplant back. There we go. For the corners. But yeah, I realize I have the first two. I've Just Cause 2 in my Steam library. Not sure. A lot of people really like Just Cause 2, but I know like nothing about those games. I just grabbed them because they were probably dirt cheap and probably recommended by Total Biscuit or something like that. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of things that I want to play. There's a lot of things, and we can basically play it all. So, um, so yeah. All right, now we got the border done, and there's our final. There's our final picture. Our Mario with the trophy. He's winning a trophy. Um, right next to him playing soccer. We'll flip through the rest of the book real fast. He's skiing. Oh, I should have done skiing. I used to love to ski. Roller skating. He's driving his car and he's cooking. Um, he's making snowballs and then he's riding his motorcycle. That's a busy picture. He's also entertaining at a party. Fair enough. And flying a plane. Or just resting. Connect the dots to Mario boost, make him taller. A little mushroom action there. And then we're in the activities portion. We have a mystery maze where you hit a square and you go a certain direction. Um, we have the star maze. I don't know if the object is to collect as many stars as possible or just to make it through. because just making it through doesn't seem that difficult. There you go. Mario is on the lookout for lots of enemies. See if you can find them all. A Lakitu. There's the Lakitu. A Bullet Bill, and the Bullet Bills are up here. Cheep Cheep. Cheep Cheep coming out of the water. Koopa Troopa. That is the Koopa Troopa. The Koopa Paratroopa is the ones with wings. And the Spiny. There you go. There's some Spinies. And there's another Lakitu. So, oh yeah, there's 2 Lakitus, 2 Spinies. I gotcha. There's 3 Cheep Cheeps. 1, 2. Where's the 3rd Cheep Cheep? I only see. Oh, there's the 3rd one right there. There we go. It's not like it's hidden. I was looking on the wrong page. Who's living inside the pipe? It's a piranha plant. This maze is also completed. Help down the confusing stairs. That certainly looks like a Mario level. And then the Cheep Cheep maze, okay. And now Jumping Mario. And there's a couple little more coloring things. Solve the puzzle to make Princess Peach there. A couple more of these things. Oh, I know, because you cut out on the back of them, so they're throwaway pages. Mario's made to the castle to rescue the princess. Cut along the heavy black line to see who's waiting for Mario. Hey, it's his friends. It's his friends, the mushrooms. And then, let's see. Mario needs 100 points to stomp Little Goomba. Help him find the path that leads to 100, counting by 5s. Beginning with 5, move 1 square to the next. That's 5 more. Keep adding and moving. Let's see. Keep adding and move from square to square to find the secret path. Well, I guess you can go diagonal if you start here, and then what you can go to next is right there. Let's see. What does Mario need to take him to the castle to rescue the Princess Toadstool? Let's see if we can find Mario needs. Oh, it's upside down here. Mario needs points to beat his enemies. I have a little game here. Each player starts with a coin in the start box. And then know your enemies. If you're ever curious to name some of these. Hammer Brothers, Pretty Buzzy Beetle, Piranha Flower, Koopa Paratrooper, important. I have to put the para on the trooper part. Word find. Which Bullet Bill will strike Mario in the face? And then another little path word thing. Another little word find. A wave maze. This thing is huge. Oh, yes. Draw a line, make a block, you get some points. And then super door signs. I used to do stuff like this all the time. Put these on my door. And then here we have... cut that out, and then see Mario. Looks like Mario and Bowser moving, fighting. All right, that's the end of the Big Color Activity Book, Nintendo Super Mario Brothers. Hey, this picture looks familiar. We were looking for Cheep Cheeps in it. And Koopa Paratroopers. Let me add that game to my wish list on Steam. Okay, great. So that is, we're gonna take one more break, brief break here, and then I do want to do an Isaac run with that new character that we just unlocked. Even though I just said I'm worried Isaac is dominating the stream, I think it's still gonna be, it's still gonna play for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little taste of something different, a little coloring book action, Super Mario style, a little story time, a little history on myself, and how I got into gaming. And if you missed any part of it, make sure to check out. Here, let's do this. Make sure to check out. Oops, didn't mean to turn the webcam off. Although we have to. There we go. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel, which you can find right here. And also, you can find me on Facebook and Twitter right there as well. If you're having a good time tonight, I encourage you to follow us to notify of when we go live again. And we'll be right back after this very brief break.